for the ground. I'm my 2020, whoa, whoa. Woke up to deposits and it's only 8 a.m. Do it for the fam, I don't do it for the gram. Do it for my daughters, do it for my little man. That's my 2020, reason why I win. Lot of missed calls, looking bloody in my call log. I bet to myself, I'm not sorry that I logged, dog. Check my mental health, I was feeling like a lost dog. Bounce back and wipe my paws off. Get it off the humble and I stick to what I know. Nights on top of nights, long nights took a toll. Took some steps back, but I still get up and I go. And now you know, I'ma make some and I'ma spend it, yeah. New Jeep, no doors with it, no. I won't stop now, who you kidding? Every day I wake up, I'ma send it, I'ma send it, I'ma send it. Every day I wake up, I'ma send it. I'ma make some and I'ma spend it. Every day I wake up, I'ma send it. Pressure on me daily, got the family on my back. Dreams are getting bigger, put the city on my map. Wrote inside my palm, but I'll try not to get attached. Moment that is here, could be over just like that. Fast car, no NASCAR. I was never working hard, I guess I'm mad smart. Top speed like a rocket, it was blast off. 6 figures from my couch without a mask on. Waited for my cycle like a laundry mat. Going to the moon, it's on top and that.
Good morning, chat. Yes, sir. Hope we're well. First of the month, June 1st. Happy June, everyone. And yeah, new month, new opportunities. Ready for it. Hopefully get some volume this month. And we can push heavy. As for news today, we're pretty clean. Bit of Gbpjpy news, but yellow folder. Nothing major. As for GJ, on the other hand, trying to do something now. See what this ends up doing here. And yeah, interesting spot on GJ. Yesterday came back to the bottom of the range, tried to break out of the range. I did not trade yesterday. I was not at the charts yesterday evening because I was trying to fix my ear, which is all good. Thank you all for asking, which is, yeah, better now. Finally got that fixed. But yeah, so I missed. I wouldn't have probably traded New York because that's not the day I trade New York. But New York option was this one here, this candle closure from the bottom of the range. Problem is that you might have taken this close above the range, then probably got break even, and then maybe you would have tried again on this candle close here, and then maybe again got break even, and then by the third time you would have been like, screw this, I'm not trying to enter again. But of course, that's the time when it's going to run and you're going to get the move that you initially expected. So very interesting to see here. So let's start on the daily time frame, because daily interesting close. As we can see, it closed kind of bearish but with a long rejection wick here, so not too much information, kind of just saying to us, okay, we're in a range. And yeah, kind of what's going on here is happening here, which I don't like to see. I want to see this push out the range. If we drop down to the 4-hour time frame, we can see this current 4-hour, same as yesterday, no top wick. This one has, I mean, yeah, it does have a nipple wick here. We can count it as a nipple wick. Trying to break up to the top of the range. The problem I have is this 4-hour resistance up here. It's a pretty messy range, but we do have this resistance up here. This could be a problem here. I want to see if it's relevant on lower time frames. But yeah, that is our 4-hour resistance. As for this support here, I think I'll be able to move it down. Let me see. If I do move this down to the 4-hour support like this, what does this take it to? 4S, and now let's see what that becomes. Yeah, that's fine, like that. So we know where our 4-hour support is. We have an old 4-hour support here. Yeah, this is our most recent 4-hour support around in this zone here, just hovering around here. This 4-hour support is no more relevant here. Let's have a look. I mean, yeah, it is relevant. This is more like a 30-minute zone, I would say. So this we can just mark as a 30. And you can see the lines are getting closer because we're going, as we get in a smaller range, the lines get closer. Yeah, so here's the next 4-hour resistance up here. And yeah, lines are getting closer, ranges are getting smaller. So this might be an issue for potential rejection here. That's only 7 pips. The next one is 15 pips. For me, what makes sense today is it's mixed, but I don't see selling from the top of the range as an option just yet, because you can see the rejection we had and the retest already happened, right? So came back to the bottom of the range, then tried to push up. Is it potential for us to break the range today, first of the month? Yeah, I mean it is. Let's look at the monthly candle. I forgot to show you guys. A monthly candle, if I ask you guys in chat, and you guys let me know now in chat, what do you think of this monthly candle? Does this mean sells, or does this mean buys make more sense based on the monthly candle? Let me know in chat. Let's see what you guys are saying. What do you think makes more sense based on this monthly candle? Let's see, let's see, let's see. Yeah, exactly. Buys make more sense, right? It looks like a lot more. Exactly. Makes sense for buys. So this is our higher time frame bias. We can say, okay, yeah, it makes more sense for buys. Maybe this monthly candle needs more of a liquidity grab to give us more juice towards the upside. So we could see some downside first, but upside always makes sense once we break the monthly candle high here. So once we break this high, I think we can see this month take us into the zone here, potentially up to the first target is these wicks here, because that's the last sign of rejection. And when we're looking at a monthly time frame, since we're trading low time frame, we can consider wicks, and that's coming at the 175 level. But when we go on lower time frames, we have a level at 174 first, 174 600 first. But that's what we're kind of looking at here. So for today, I'm more bullish than bearish based on these 4-hour candles, the way we formed. We have 1 bearish, created a support, now breaking above. Only issue is we don't have much range here, because we're buying directly into 4-hour resistance, which is never a good idea. So essentially, if we're taking trades above this resistance here, we do have a clean range on 30-minute, and we do have a clean range on 15-minute, but we have this 4-hour resistance here, and that's the only problem. So essentially what we could be looking for, I mean, this 30, have I marked this 30 here? Yeah, this can be moved down now to essentially, let me see what's going on here. This is a rejection zone. You can see every time price wicks into here, it rejects. But I don't think we need it that high. I think somewhere here would be okay as well to get a close above to target these wicks. Yeah, so this candle's closing here in 2 minutes. We could take a trade up to this resistance and see what happens, and rely on volume to give us a push, and then we'll base it based off that. But just this 115-minute candle might not be enough here. I would like to see like a 5-minute thunderstorm, just some sort of pullback to continue. That would give me more confidence, because that's what the 5-minute has never done there. You can see we've had all similar moves. Heavy push, rejection, right? So we got heavy push, rejection, heavy push, rejection, heavy push, potential rejection. But if this rejection turns into that, and we're entering here after the pullback, then we're doing something that price has never done before, and this gives me super confidence to take the trade. And yeah, the probabilities will be a lot higher than just taking a trade right off the rip now. So we have seen volume at this time pretty early on, so you know, this could be an option here. We'll see. This candle now is closing in a minute here, so in a minute, and then we need to see what this does, right? Because buying into this rejection is very risky, very risky. So yeah, that's the plan. I was thinking to buy at 173.623. If I find the opportunity. 623, yeah, that makes sense for sure to buy above there. That's kind of what I'm looking at, but I just don't want to buy this one bullish candle, because we're buying the highs, right? If we look at the 4-hour time frame, this is the worst place to be buying, right? We're buying right into rejection, just hoping that volume gives us an extra push to be in a profitable trade. But this is the only option we have today to be able to take a trade. We could take the choice not to trade, right? We could say, okay, fine, we're not going to take a trade today because we're at 4-hour resistance. But if we were right here at this spot here, I would say, okay, I'm not trading right at resistance, but I do have some playing room just to try get to at least break even and see if I can just get a quick scalp or a quick push here. So yeah, stop loss would probably be below 173.460 here. But let's see what this does now. Let's see if this I would like to see this 5-minute pullback. You know, this one did slightly close above. Kind of create a thunderstorm setup for us to be able to take somewhere at the break of the highs. So yeah, that's the plan on GJ. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed the plan, leave a like. Always appreciate, you know, the YouTube business. Let's see. Thinking even just the break of the high, I don't know if that's enough volume. 1 hour close is in 15 minutes here. That's a nice, that would be a good confirmation, the 1 hour close, closing above this zone. I just don't want to end up in all of these rejections. This is a very tough zone to trade. You guys can see it. Like, this is, if we just enter with limited confirmation, just with the close, we have the chance of just ending up in one of these wicks that just happens again, right? This will just reject, and the 1 hour candle will look something like this previous one here. And then we're in a really bad position here, and most likely we're going to lose, which is not what I want. But if a 1 hour candle can close above this line here, that will be doing something that it hasn't done before. But what's something we have noticed? Something we have noticed is that we have not, every time, if you remember, for the last 3-4 days, prices just push straight through the zone that we've been waiting for price to close above. So maybe there's an adjustment that we can make to be able not to miss that, right? Because we've been just seeing price push through the zone we wanted to close above, and we missed the trade, pushes a quick 15 pips, and then later on pulls back. So maybe we can use that knowledge to our advantage and try to quickly scalp this and try get a quick push around in this zone. I just really don't like how this is just 5 minute bullish, 5 minute bullish, 5 minute bullish. There's no structure. This could pull back all the way to here, or even down to here, and still end up bullish and okay. Why? Because that's the last significant structure. But if we're basing our stop loss just on 50 minute, our stop loss is only here. So it's high chance for us to be stopped out in that scenario. So I really need, this is all what I'm thinking at the moment, planning in front of you guys, seeing, okay, does that make sense, you know? But if we had structure form here, at least then I can have the confidence to say, all right, fine. If we are breaking that structure, then my stop loss is still here, so I'm protected, right? But if the last structure is all the way down here, your trade can still be right until price breaks this zone. But running stop loss all the way down here is not going to make sense just to get up to here. It's too big of a stop. And we don't want to be holding this type of drawdown and get stuck in here, even though our stop loss is here, and all day and hoping for this to finally, and our entry is all the way up here. That's a terrible scenario. For those who don't know what the YouTube business, press the thumbs up button so that YouTube algorithm will show up higher videos to new viewers. Thank you, brother. Thank you. That's exactly it. That's the YouTube biz. Appreciate you. Also, first of the month, right? First of the month, we're not trying to be a hero, right? We don't need to be any hero at the first of the month. We have all month to make it as profitable as possible. So taking a risky position and losing at the beginning of the month is never a great idea. But if it happens, it happens. There's nothing we can do. The good thing is that if it does end up a losing position, there's nothing we can do. If I followed my plan and took the trade, that's fine. But if I do lose it in the beginning of the month, it's fine because I have the whole month to trade. So that's another advantage. Hey bro, I've been trading this strategy, your strategy, for 2 years, and I just find your live videos like a month ago. Now I don't feel like trading by myself. Yeah, having a community is nice. Having people, someone talking, discussing ideas, validating your ideas is always better. So yeah, welcome. About trading zones, do we use weekly or even monthly support and resistance on the 15-minute time frame? Exactly, because let's say, imagine I delete this this line here. This is the 30-minute. If I delete this 30-minute and let's say we have clean buys towards this 4-hour resistance, I'm not going to target the 30-minute resistance all the way up here, because the 4-hour resistance comes first. So I'm going to target the 4-hour resistance. That's the first place I'm going to target. So yeah, now we have some structure formed. So this is what I wanted to see. This is quite nice. So even if we get a 5-minute candle closing above here, I could probably take that and put stop loss still here. And if anything breaks this, then I can be like, okay, this is not good. And at least I have the confidence that some form of pullback has already happened. So I don't have to hope that when I enter the trade, there's no pullback. Because the worst thing is when you enter a trade and then it starts pulling back and you don't know where that pullback will end. But here, if we have a pullback that's potentially going to end if we have a bullish candle, then we don't need to worry about the pullback. Let's see. See if we can get a candle close above here. If this pulls back deeper, that's fine, right? Then we're not in a position anyways. But that's the plan. Pretty simple plan. How did the doctors go yesterday? Yeah, all good. Long appointment. Was a couple of hours. A lot of waiting around. But we got it sorted. Yeah, it was not the best. But yeah, we got it sorted. Thanks for asking, brother. So yeah, it's all good now. Ready for big pips on GJ this month. Let's get it. Come on. Filling the candles mean that, like, let's say we want to take trades above here. We want to fill this candle. So all it means is just for price to move from here to here. It's just like filling it. You know, we just call it. It filled that area. It's not some fancy term or some fancy terminology or fancy strategy. It just means to go from point A to point B and fill the area. That's all it means. Okay, I'm just going to put an alert here. And we're going to look at gold. Yeah. So gold, wow, that's a big range. Daily, how's the daily close? Daily is closing bullish here. Uh, 4 hour on the other hand. Let's start to clean this chart up. This chart's pretty messy. Daily support is here. This line can go. Bye bye. So we created a support here. 4 hour time frame is ranging at the moment. Yeah, this needs to get above this zone here. Yeah. So kind of mixed. It's mixed for now on gold. Gold is mixed for the moment. If I am to see sells, I mean, you could in the session look to sell below here, but look at these rejections. These are nasty rejections. What's the range? 33 pips. Yeah, maybe below here if you get closure like that, you could sell. For buys, it's actually quite hard. For buys, yeah, actually no, this could be an okay buy here above 1967 here towards the upside to see if you could fill this area here. Yeah, a bit higher on the 15-minute, but yeah, at the moment you can see very low volume. Candles are very small, means very low volume. So now we can remove this alert in case we missed something. Hello Beats, welcome. I want to ask you about any broker that you can deposit $100. I think a lot of brokers accept $100. Alright. I think even the broker I use, IC Markets, will accept $100. Yeah, I'm sure they accept that much. Just don't deposit $100 in crypto, because by the time you have all the transaction costs and everything, you'll probably lose $20 just in that. Right, check out this, guys. We're having some form of rejection here. This is interesting. 3 minutes for this 5-minute to close. If this starts impulsively breaking above here, I might do like a quick rip it entry. Because 3 minutes is a while, and we saw this on GJ the last few days that it doesn't give us the close, it just starts pushing. So I don't really want to miss the move if that's the case. You know? But hopefully it can chill for 2 minutes. We have a 1 hour close here in 2 minutes. I want the 1 hour to close stronger. So hopefully we get a little bit of a push. 30-minute. This is a bad 30-minute close. 30-minute has to close above this resistance. So yeah. Let's see how this ends up happening. Or what ends up happening here. Yeah, 30-minute needs to close above. How do you validate a movement? Which one has priority? Support, resistance, 50 or 50% retracement to validate a move. Not sure what you mean by that. I just target support and resistance, or use it to trade above or below it. Are we waiting for the candles to close above the support and resistance? We'll see how this 15-minute closes. I need the 30-minute to close above this resistance here. And then we obviously need to start getting above the high. This is a very high risk position, but it's the only option I can see today. And if we are going to continue up, then I don't want to buy at 4-hour resistance. I rather give myself a shot now and buy 2 4-hour resistance. So yeah. So 30 seconds for this candle to close. I really hope in the last 30 seconds it doesn't push crazy. I'm going to wait for the close because it's only 30 seconds. If this pushes like an idiot in 30 seconds, I'm going to be very upset here. But yeah, my plan is to enter at the break of this 5-minute high when it closes. We'll see how it closes. If it closes like this, break of the 5-minute high is the plan. Yeah, break of the 5-minute high. That's the plan. So yeah, as this candle flips and breaks the high, it should be good. That'll be the entry. Stop loss will be below the previous 15-minute candle. So I'll probably actually keep it below 500 here. So 173.496, something like that. Entry below the resistance. No, this is a wick resistance, but if you look at the 1 hour, we have closed above, and this is the first time that the 1 hour is closed in this zone. And it never, when it did, the last time it did close in this zone, it was here, but it never broke the high. So I'm relying today to break the high to give me what's this? Yeah, buying on the flip, to give me an entry, right? To go and test this 4 hour resistance. I don't want to, the closer we get to the 4 hour resistance, the less trades we have. So I'm giving it a risky shot to trade to the 4 hour resistance instead of at it. But we're not in until we get triggered here, until this flips and breaks the high. Breaks the high is very important here, guys. You know, give it some room, right? At least a pip or something. But this is smashing down at the moment, keeping us safe. This is why you don't just enter off the rip of the candle. What about sell zone? I'm not selling at the moment, not selling. If you guys want to sell, you can sell, but I'm not selling. We have another resistance on the 1 hour, so close. That's not a resistance, that's behind this level here. It's behind this other level here. As I said, guys, if you're not comfortable with this trade, don't take it. This is a very risky position, but this is the only option I see today. Because the closer we get to the 4 hour resistance, the worse it becomes. I'd rather us close above here, but this is what I'm looking at. Because ask yourself this, if price does push up to here, now what happens? Now you're trading at literally 4 hour resistance, which is really hard to do. At least if we enter here, we can get to here and go break even and see what happens, make a decision, just take what we get, you know. It's at least 10 pips or something. And if it just rejects and close bearish, then we don't get triggered. Simple as that. You have your own account or trade it in funding account? Trading my own account. Alright, looks like it's about to flip here. Teasing us. Just want to say I love your streams. Thanks for everything. Appreciate you, man. Morning, morning. Stop will be below 500. Still not in yet. Gonna leave a buy stop. That's probably better. Yeah, left a buy stop. Almost broke it. Trying to. Below 500, the stop. Below 500. I should be triggered. Yep. Got triggered in to this buy here. Hopefully it goes well. Stop loss is going to be below 500 here. Max TP is going to be up here. 4-hour resistance, of course, is going to be a watch zone here. So we'll see what happens at 4-hour resistance. Four-hour resistance is our watch zone here. That is what we want to be careful of here. We have this 5-minute candle closing in 1 minute. Hopefully that this does close bullish here. Well, almost 2 minutes. Anything closing below this support, we can look to manage the trade. Anyways, very, very risky trade here, buying at these highs, but it's the only option I see for today, and I'm going to give it a shot. Hopefully we get some volume like we've been seeing over the past few days here. We've been seeing some good volume around this time, so hopefully we get that to continue today and we can get some sort of similar move. On some of your videos, you mentioned about wanting to see a bottom wick. Is it because it forms structure on the lower time frame? No, it just I don't have to worry about a bottom wick if it's already formed, right? If there's no bottom wick formed, then I have to worry about it. Right? I have to worry at some time in the candle, there will be a bottom wick. Drink water, bro. Yeah, I might need some. This is a good 5-minute close. We need to flip and break the high ideally. This is what we need to see here, breaking this high, and that should give us hopefully a good continuation here. Bro, you can see it on the screen. Stop loss you can see on the screen. So I don't know why you keep asking this question. Morning, brother. Feeling good today. Feeling much better. Thank you for asking. Went to the doctors yesterday. Thank you. Thank you. Damn, it's really trying. A lot of rejections here. I don't like how it does that. We ideally needed to break this high. This is what we need to see here, breaking this high. We want to see this 15-minute close nicely bullish here. We don't want to see it close weak bullish. If it closes weak bullish, it's really not a good sign. Closing like this is a big problem here. We don't want it closing like this. We want it to close strong bullish here. Like this type of closure is not the best. But we have a minute here. We'll see what happens in a minute and we can make a decision. Hopefully this closes with a top wick. There we go. I'm happy with that close. Close top wick. Damn, that's a really nipple wick. We need to be very careful with this no top wick here. It's 50% chance now. Yeah, with this push up, yeah, be very careful here. 4-hour resistance, I'm going to break even. Yeah, this can pull back to the entry. If you're not comfortable, this would be a good spot to go break even. But I don't mind holding this a little bit more. Now the next step for this is to re-break its own high. Once it re-breaks its own high, we should be in a good position here. Nice. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, moving my stop loss to break even here, making this a risk-free trade as we approach this 4-hour resistance. No point of losing this trade at 4-hour resistance. Hopefully we can get a quick push above, and I'll close at a 1-to-1 for the beginning of the month. So yeah, hopefully you can get a quick push up here, maybe an extra 5-10 pips, and I can close at like a 1-to-1 here. Yeah, we're rejecting 4-hour resistance at the moment. That can be expected. Hopefully we can just squeeze out a few more pips here. That's what I'm hoping, just to squeeze out a few more pips, 3-4 pips. Hopefully GJ can do that for us today on this fine day. Beautiful. That's what we like to see. Nice. Come on, GJ, just a little bit more. 4 or 5 pips, come on. A little bit more juice, come on. This 4-hour resistance is going to be a problem. This is going to be tough for us to get through this. We need to hope GJ can just give us a quick little 4 or 5 pip banger here. Come on. Hype GJ up. Beginning of the month. Let's go, GJ. There we go. Come on. A little bit more. Damn, not now, GJ. Come on. Not like this, GJ. Nice, come on. Nice, nice, nice. Looking to close somewhere around here. Not going to be greedy on this position. I don't like the way the 1 minute starting to reject here. I normally see this fail eventually. So we don't want to be too greedy about here. Don't want to be too greedy here. Close some of my position here. I left a little bit running. I closed just 20% just to secure something at the beginning of the month. I don't like the way it's pulling back, but I just want to secure something. Beginning of the month, it's always good to have something. We're at 4-hour resistance, so I did close a little bit of the position, and then we'll leave the rest to run here. So I closed like 20% just to have something. Closed 2 lots. I still have 6 running. So it still will be a good profit if I can get more, but just secure something, you know, just just to have something at the beginning of the month. Right, to call this a win, start off the month with some form of win, make some sort of income for today, not to be greedy at 4-hour resistance, and now I can hold the rest and not worry too much here. I can hold the rest of this and not worry if it comes back to break even or whatever. At least I've secured something. So I encourage you guys to do the same, or risk losing all of this profit, which is not the best, right? We don't want to lose everything. How do you close half trading on the phone? Or you take the position, right? You hold down on the position, right? So you take the position, you hold down, you press close position, and then you change the lot size here, right? You change the lot size to whatever you want to close. So let's say you have a 4 lot running. If you want to close half, you just input the lot size at 2 and then press close. That will close half. Why you guys trade on the phone? I don't trade on the phone. I have another monitor here with my trade, but I like to manage on the phone because it's easy, and I'm streaming. You have to understand I'm streaming. I have YouTube up, I have my terminal up, I have camera equipment up, I have the OBS system up. I have so much different things, right? And it becomes very, very difficult to just sit there nicely unless I have 6 monitors. But yeah, if you don't have the opportunity, if you cannot trade on the phone, I'd rather you not trade on the phone. It's much better. So we can see how this 5-minute resistance is rejecting 4-hour perfectly here. And this is why I wanted just to secure something at that spot there, just to take something in the bag here, right? Just to take something in the bag, just so I have something, right? So on my broker, my stop is not at break even though it should be, but I'm physically have the trade open here because I'm gonna manually close it with my hand if it comes below my break even, right? I'll just press close, pip. So I am break even basically, but I have just not moved my stop in case, because I have secured something, so I can afford to go just below my break even. But yeah, this is not looking the best. We probably will come to break even at some point in this trade here. We'll see if we can create support on this 1-minute structure here. This 1-minute structure here is our last hope, right? So we watch the reaction on how it will react off this zone here. Damn, that's moving fast. Right. Still not break even yet. Yeah, I'm just gonna move it on my terminal up here. So spread did get me. I am out break even. That's it, break even. So closed some and break even trade. That's why I wanted to secure some. So yeah, W's in the chat. Winning trade, not the best. What to do? We can only take what the market can give us. But the main thing is our plan played out, the trade played out. We just did not get a big enough of a push that we were hoping for. But you could see the idea that we planned did play out nicely. So W for that. And sometimes the market just won't give us enough volume to be able to hold a trade, right? So yeah, let's get it, guys. So I hope you guys did secure something, because it would have been worth it. So yeah, do close at break even though. Yes, sir. Yeah, what to do? Not too much volume, but the main thing is that we took the trade, we followed our plan, and yeah, now we avoid that type of move, right? We avoid that heavy pullback. $90.91. Just keep it 90, man. What the hell? All your positions except one got randomly closed. How many positions you had open, man? That's a shame. That's a shame we didn't get a big push. I really hoped we would have got a big push. But yeah, this looks like if it does create support here, it probably will continue going up, but I can't say from this point here. Look, 15-minute here closes in 3 minutes. I'm just going to keep myself safe by going to break even and closing some. Do I want to enter on this 5-minute again? No, because we tapped 4-hour resistance. I'm not playing at 4-hour resistance. This is a dangerous zone to play here. I'd rather be above it. Dangerous zone to play in. My plan today was to try get to this 4-hour resistance and see what happens. And that's the best I could have done. Unless I'm trading Asian session down here, then maybe I could have grabbed an entry here. But I'm not. I am not. Why did it reverse? 4-hour resistance. Perfectly tapped 4-hour resistance here. And rejected it. That's why we went break even there. Unfortunately, we didn't get the volume to give us a small push pass. I was really hoping to give a small push pass so I could secure some more profits. But that's why I did close something. Right? And you can see that for whoever did not close something is now going away with nothing. But for me, I have a small positive. Yeah, it's not great, but you don't go broke taking profits, right? And this is what's important here. This is what's important. Gold is in a nice sell zone. It's getting there. It's not yet. It's getting there. Needs to get below this area here. First day of the month. Yeah, that's why I'm being very protective. And does everyone in the chat understand why I was happy to take a trade at this kind of resistance zone here to get to the 4-hour resistance instead of taking a trade at 4-hour resistance? Does everyone understand that? That's a very important point. Oops. Because it may break the high in the first day? No, the reason why is that the closer I get to this 4-hour resistance, the more riskier my trade gets. My analysis is for price to go up today. So if my analysis is correct, we should go up. And we should go up by respecting this range. So that's why stop loss was somewhere around here. Because if we had to hold some drawdown in this trade, the trade could bounce, 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 then go here. But if you buy at the 4-hour resistance, now you don't know at any time it can reject, like it's exactly done here, right? The way it's rejected here is what we want to avoid. So that's why we rather buy to it, and at this point we have a profitable position to make a decision, you know? So this is what I was saying, it's the only option I see today, because now we've already tapped 4-hour resistance. Target has been met in terms of the 4-hour. 4 hours at resistance, target has been met. So you don't know if we're going to be able to extend this target until we close above. But when we close above, if you go to the 4-hour time frame, oh, there's another resistance. So it becomes from bad to worse. So then you kind of have to wait all the way till price gets outside of the zone. But by the time price gets outside of the zone, the move may be done, right? So if we were in the trade now still holding, this is not a good close, right? The candle closing bearish here is never a good sign. you needed to respect these lows and to start coming back to your entry here. I mean, to your 4-hour resistance and trying to re-break above it. Hi Harry, is it safe to enter a short? I'll let chat answer that. What do you guys think, who's in chat? Do you think it's safe to enter a short? Yes or no? That's why I was asking about the 50% retracement in the movement before entering, but the 50-minute candles, I don't know. No, this is not valid. This is not valid 50% retracement. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I don't know what you're talking about in terms of 50% retracement. All of that is BS because it doesn't happen every candle. There's no 50% retracement here. There's no 50% retracement, no 50% retracement, no 50, no 50. So why would you enter on that? That's against the daily bias. Yes, exactly. Right? It's not a good idea to take a short, especially when I was just in buys. Because if we look at probabilities, there's a high probability that my trade will eventually play out. There's a high probability that my trade will eventually play out. I just don't know how far it's going to pull back, or potentially it could pull back. So that's why I decided to go break even. But there's a high chance it's still going to play out. But I'm not taking a loss. There's no point of taking a loss. Hindsight trading is easy, right? If you were to just trade without, at the end of the session, it would be easy. Like, oh, that was such an easy move. Price broke above the zone. He continued to the next zone. Easy trade. But when you're live in the moment and you have good risk, you know, at one point here, I was up around $700 at this point here. $700. I'm not going to lose $700 and let that go in drawdown. That's stupid. What would be a setup for another entry? Maybe this 5-minute closing bullish here. This 5-minute close is bullish, you can go again, but it's not my trade. I'm not trading at 4-hour resistance. That's not in my plan. My plan is never to take buys at 4-hour resistance. Now my main focus is only GJ. It's always been mainly GJ, especially in London session. That's the best pair in my opinion for what I like to do. I find GJ great. What else was I focusing on? I wasn't focusing on anything else. 56 of us in here, 35 likes. If you guys can press the like button so that we can get this out. Today is a bit slow, I think maybe because first of the month. So maybe not many people are showing up. And yeah, first of the month, not many people showing up. But pressing the like button really helps. Can you show me an example of a thunderstorm setup on the chart? Listen, thunderstorm setup was a very special setup that I invented. And I really didn't want to give it away for free. But this is the problem. What happens when you live stream is I trade the way I trade. So now I have to kind of, because people will take it and misuse it and use it wrong and then say it doesn't work. It's a very situational base. But this is a clear example of a thunderstorm. What happened today? Thunderstorm is basically when we have 15-minute closures, but we use 5-minute for entry. Finding structure on the 5-minute for entry. That's it. Like you know, you have a bullish candle, 15. Okay, but the 5-minute has a bullish, bearish, and a bullish maybe close or sometimes, but this middle part can always change. So that's what a thunderstorm is. What will be my next move? I haven't planned that yet. I'm first seeing what's going on with this current move here. Do I want to buy above this 4-hour resistance? How big is the range? 7 pips? Maybe. London Open? Yeah, maybe London Open. Yeah, I'll wait. Next move is going to be waiting for London Open. That's my next move. Yeah, waiting for London Open's my next move. Because I want to see price close above here. And then I can make a decision. Until we get above here, there's no trades. At any point, I wouldn't be surprised to see this do this, even break this wick and still end up rejecting and maybe later going up. Because if it wanted to push, it should have pushed now. It's typical, right, guys? How many for the first 3 days of of the week? What did we see? We saw that price was pushing really easily, right? We saw how big the volume moves. You remember, guys? How quickly price was pushing? We'd see like 15, 20 pips. So we take that information and now we try use it to our advantage. But the day we use it to our advantage, GJ only gives us an 11 pip push. Come on, GJ, come on. Give us some juice here. Give us some juice. You guys should see GJ. You know, I was having a phone discussion with one of my friends who trades as well yesterday, and he was like, now we're just, you know, we're looking at 16, 17 pip ranges, but last year, you know, that push, 30 pips, 40 pip push, you know, that's real GJ. But this is at least stress free because our stop losses are not big. Like, that's only 18 pip stop, pretty nice and clean. And you have to wait for Mother Nature in Dubai for a thunderstorm. Yeah, that's very rare. Very rare to get a thunderstorm. Can you guys hear that noise? Whatever I'm playing with, can you hear the noise? Because if you can, I'll stop. If you can't, then I can continue. Yes, you can hear it? Damn. Okay, I'll stop. Chips, yes it is chips, it is chips. Yes it is. Stop. Sorry bro, sorry. Jasjeet got it correct, it's chips, it's chips. It is chips. Sounded like metal chips? No, it's not metal chips. These chips. Not those chips, not Lay's chips. Don't you trade supply and demand? I don't trade supply and demand, brother, unfortunately. Not unfortunately. But the concept of supply and demand, I use it in terms of strong support and strong resistance. I actually have a video explaining everything. Let me just see. Tradesharpe. Let that load. Poker chips. Yes, indeed. So my video on supply and demand is pretty cool. If you guys haven't watched the new video, I highly advise you to watch this video. It's super informative. Crazy. Supply and demand. There we go. This one here. Supply and demand, what they don't teach. This is exactly how I view supply and demand and how I use it myself. So definitely consider that. Banned in Dubai? No, it's not banned in Dubai. It is not banned. But in order to buy it in Dubai, you have to have a license. And the license is just to prove that you're not local. Yeah, basically that. Because they don't want locals buying alcohol. And also the license is, if you earn a certain amount of money, then you can only buy a certain amount of alcohol. So they don't want people reselling it. They don't want people wasting all their money on it. And that's just the difference. But you can't walk into a supermarket and buy it. No. You have to go to a distributor. But there's ways... Actually, I shouldn't say that on YouTube. There's ways to get around it, but I won't tell you how. I won't tell you how. Same as India? Yes. Morning, can you have a look at GU? Yeah, we'll have a look. Yeah, duty free, you can buy anything, and also a different state in Dubai. I remember a question a while back from... There's a question a while back. Let me scroll back and see if I can get it. Where is that question? Hope he'll repost it. Damn. I have to find it. There was not a question. There was someone who took a AU trade and says, what do I think of the AU trade? So if you're still in here, I remember reading something about AU. So can you repost that? And I'll have a look at it. And are you in Arab countries to start trading crypto? I don't understand what's going on with you and trading crypto in Arab countries. You can always trade crypto in Arab countries. Well, in Dubai you can, you know. And I'm sure in most Arab countries you can trade. Look at GU. Yeah, let's have a look at GU. Daily time frame close bullish here at daily resistance. 4 hour also at resistance. Yeah, not the best spot to be buying. Kind of similar to GJ. Yeah, I think you can have counter trend sells below 1.241. But for buying today is actually really tough. Really tough because we're at resistance. So I rather see... Yeah, I don't think it's really tradable at the moment for buys. But buys do make sense. The only tradable scenario is pullbacks to anywhere around these zones, maybe here. And if support is created, then you can take it towards the upside with support creation. And yeah, that's the way I would wait for. Otherwise, it's a bit tough. There we go, Crest. Nice work, Crest. Is he still in chat? Danao? Is that how you pronounce it? Danao. Danao 0. Are you still in chat? If he's not in chat, I'm not going to ask him. So you pay zero tax in Dubai, so Dubai government doesn't care where you generate money or have to show income source? No. You pay zero tax, but you have to pay a lot of expenses. Your business, to open a business bank account is very difficult in Dubai. Because most people unfortunately come here and they take a loan for their business, and they spend it on buying a car, living in a nice apartment, and then they just leave the country and they don't pay back the loan. So now it's very difficult to open a business bank account here, and they check everything, where the money comes from, what your business is about, and everything is checked, and it's very expensive. So per year my license cost me almost $10,000. To set up, it costs $10,000 to have a business license, and my bank account charges me just under $100 per month just to have the bank account, and then they charge tax on that as well, a VAT, value added tax on top of that. So you know, people saying, oh, you sell a program, it's expensive. I have to work probably 10 hours, right, with some individual just to pay off my bank, and almost $10,000 is an expense I have to pay just to maintain and have all of this running. So understand that it's not, unless I'm charging crazy amounts for services like private groups worth $150 a month, $120 a month, then you're actually very low on profit margin and generating basically almost break even if you consider those costs, right? Relative to how many people will join in a service such as that, right? All right, so GJ trying to break up here. I broken up with GJ. We were in a relationship for about 15 minutes. We were in a 15-minute relationship, but it decided to do some nasty stuff to me, you know. And I'm like, you know what, GJ, I've had enough of you. I'm gonna leave the trade. And yeah, now it broke up towards the upside. And I said, you know what, GJ, now we're done. That's it. You broke up, I break up with you. If you were to break down, then maybe we're still okay. But look, still respecting 4-hour resistance. Very, very key, right? Look how this candle closed. Still respecting 4-hour resistance. Sounds like earn big to spend big. Yeah, that's basically it. You just need to have, that's why it's always good to have multiple sources of income. So that you can cover these costs from other places. That costs will be covered from trading. And then you can diversify your income sources. And that's why anyone who's trying to sell something, as long as they have good value, I never put them down, because why wouldn't you earn an extra source of income if you could? You know, it's stupid not to, right? So as long as you're value and moral and you're providing something that is for everyone's benefit, then it's okay, right? Then you can do that. And as long as it's not some just cookie cutter program or some cookie cutter thing, right? Break even ruined my profits today. Yes, brother, ruined most of my profits today as well, but it's the safest thing we could have done. It's the safest thing we could have done beginning of the month. Unfortunate. Nice to see the idea play out though. A little bit annoying, have to say. But this is trading for you. This is trading. This is trading. If you want to go with the approach to just be stop loss or TP, you can go with that approach, but expect your win rate to reduce drastically. Stop loss or TP, expect win rate to reduce drastically. Painful, painful to watch. I think this would have been us out. Maybe taking a trade at the pullback would have been better. Yeah, if you could find an entry, then go ahead. As I said, this 5-minute might have been an entry here, but again, now you're only up like what? 8 pips? 8 pips is nothing, man. 8 pips, you're not doing anything with 8 pips, brother. Now you're down 7 pips, so yeah, now you're up 7 pips, you're not doing anything. So yeah, not really cool. From our entry all the way down here, now we would be just about in a profitable enough position to consider closing. Just around this spot here. But yeah, it's not heavy volume, you know. Are you currently a full-time trader? Depends what you consider full-time. I do not trade 8 hours a day. No. But do I trade as a main source of income? Yes. So that should be the question. Is trading a main source of income? That's the difference. Is trading my only source of income? No. Oops. Damn, did you see that chart refresh and then everything started pushing? That's not fair, man. That's not fair. Go on, GJ. Make us feel bad. Go on, do it. That's the intended question. Yeah, no worries. And if you ask the question, would I trade as an only source of income? My question would be a strong no. I would not trade as my only source of income. Too much stress. Because of the lifestyle that I'm happy with. If I wanted to live a very basic lifestyle, then maybe okay. But, you know, to live a lifestyle where you're very comfortable, you need to be making a lot a month, right? Even making, which is a lot of money, right? Don't get me wrong, but I'm just putting things into perspective. Even making $20,000 a month doesn't make you a millionaire. And imagine, $20,000 a month is a lot of money, right? You can do a lot. You're definitely living comfortable with $20,000 a month. But you're not even a millionaire. You have to wait a couple of years for that. Around, 4 years almost. Until you just hit 1 million of savings. And of course, you're going to have expenses out of that 20,000 for sure. So in perspective, can you realistically make consistently every single month 25, 35,000 from trading without risking too big where it's stressful for you? Most people know, because most people are coming from a background where, because to make 25, 30K from trading, you have to risk 10K a trade, brother, 5K a trade. And if you have the account that can handle that, then go ahead. But do you have the psychology that can handle risking 5,000 a trade, which, especially if it's your own money, right, that you worked hard for? I don't think many people can handle that. Many people won't be able to handle that type of strong psychological factor, because that's rough. I've tried it before. I've tried pushing very hard on risk, and it's tough long term. Unless you are super popular and you sell signals and you charge $200 per month for your signal services and have 1,000 members in the group. If that's the case, then obviously you don't care risking $5,000 because it's not your money. If you blow it, you have a fat paycheck coming in, right? And plus more. But for me, I'm trying to save as much money as possible. So I don't want to go and I'm taking big risks because you won't get anywhere without taking big risks, but I'm not putting myself over the edge where I'll just waste all of what I've done. Right? So you're playing a fine balance. That's how Gurus and Malaysia survives charging for signals. Yeah. Signals that fail. They fail at some point, man. They won't survive for too long, trust me. Even the best signal providers don't have signals anymore. It's not sustainable long term because everyone relies on you. The real value is when you can teach people to rely on themselves and you get paid for your time for that. Then you have a very strong business model, because once you teach them to rely on themselves, they're there. They're structural. It's done. They're supported. Right? A very important thing is you have to ask yourself this. Can your company run without you? If the answer is no, that's a problem. Okay? Can your company grow without you? That's where you come in. So your company should be able to run without you, but not grow without you. Right? So you need to have some sort of seamless approach. So, for instance, if I had traders, right, who I've helped maybe along their journey, my question to them would be, let's say I help them learn to trade, which is my goal. Then I would say, okay, are they going to be okay by themselves? And the answer to that would be yes, they will be okay by themselves. Right? So in that, for instance, I'm able to run something where they are sustainable, and instead of it being them relying on me, they rely on themselves, and the only conversation that happens is, okay, how can we make more money? That's it. And that's who I want to surround myself with. I don't want to surround myself with people who are relying on me to make them money. I want to surround myself with people who are like, okay, thanks for teaching us this, but how do we make more? All right? How do we get better? Right? How do we... Oh, sorry about that. How do we get better, right? How do we create more money? That's who I want to surround myself, because I don't want people with the mindset of thinking, waiting for Harry's signal. These are not going to attract good, solid people. But when you build something and everyone is in there to learn and everyone is trying to be like, okay, the next stage is how do we create more money? This is where you see a huge benefit long term, right? Because now you create smart individuals who are able to push you, to push themselves. And that's where the real value is. Amen to that. Yes, sir. All the reason to join my program. No, that's not a program show. Wise approach, appreciate that. Yeah, one day you might stop to, yeah, exactly, to stop live trading. But if you've built a business like that, you can afford to stop trading every single day. Right? Damn, this GJ is painful, man. Painful. Ah, disgusting. Disgusting. It's okay, it's only 23 pips. We are just 23 pips poorer. That's okay, we'll survive. We'll be okay. Another day, another trade. Nice to see the plan play out. Thank you, GJ. Thank you for making it painful. If only you didn't pull back, we would be with you in this move. But take note, guys. Take note that we saw the biggest candle today. This candle was 12 pips. And the next candle was also 12 pips. Interesting. So same volume, but pullback in between. So if we see a trend of where price does need to pull back and we're not getting a big push, then we can hold the drawdown. We can be up 12 pips and then come back in drawdown and continue the move. We just need to make sure to understand and see if this is a tendency that repeats so that we avoid taking a loss. Normally, I wouldn't mind holding this a little bit of drawdown here, but the main thing here is I just didn't want to lose a trade right off the rip beginning of the month, right? There's no point of that. No point of losing a trade off the rip in the beginning of the month. And I'm sure all of you can agree. GJ like a cheating girlfriend? Bro, GJ is like the worst. It affects the mind? Yeah, it does affect the mind beginning of the month. Also, you now, like, you know, you started the month, you're in a loss. So you're negative from last month because you've lost some profits that you made from last month. Or maybe you're negative overall. And now you're like, ugh, I need to wait for a setup. But if you just take some sort of win or break even, you're fresh. You're just waiting for the next trade. You are fresh. Alright guys, not many people in here. I think everyone's got bored. GJ is rejecting, which I like. Reject. We don't need you. GJ probably got money for liquidity by starting only pips. Yeah, what should I call my only pips? Should I call it only pips? But yeah, I mean, yeah, it looks like people are leaving the stream here pretty, and you know, at least we got an opportunity today. We gave it a shot and the plan did play out. So that's nice to see. I'm happy to see that. And yeah, that's how that is. And yeah, thanks guys for showing up as always. Not bored. I learn every day something new with you. Yeah, because you are someone who takes value. You are someone who takes value off of not only trades, but just here to take signals. Let me ask you why you do not trade the 4-hour level. Because that's the strong level of rejection, right? You can go in the past and you can see what type of rejection we get at 4-hour levels, right? You know? But if we're above it, well, not this level, this is a 30-minute, but this, like this rejection, you know? That's why. But yeah. Anyways, guys, thank you all for showing up. I'll catch you on the next stream and hopefully see you guys very, very soon. And yeah, let's get a big trade next stream. So yeah, that being said, take care, trade sharp, and hopefully see you very, very soon. Peace.